Alright, I got an Amazon box. Show you what's in it. Something I've needed for a while. If you've watched my other videos, you know what this is. Something that was desperately needed. It is a DCP 15,000 pump. So, according to the specs, this has about 40% more head pressure capability than my existing DCT 12,000 pump. So hopefully that gets me the flow that I need. Let's take a look at this pump. I've read some reviews where things have been bad. Hopefully all is good here. It's been rubbed. Control panel. Cord. Assortment of different connecting options. I'm looking for the 1.5 inch. Big old basket filter. More for connector assortments. Power brick. Hoping this is the same power brick as the one I have so I can use them interchanged. I'll have to check the amperage on this. But they're both 24 volt. We'll see. If I have to swap power bricks when I swap pumps, we can do that. And the pump. This is heavier than the other one. Not a surprise. Looks like all is intact. Got a manual. The manual gives me power flow curves. Probably not. No. Oh, here. The performance parameter table. See if we can pull that in for people to see. So these are the specs that they have on here. The DCT 12,000 I have is rated at a head pressure of 5 meters. And so this at the 1500 is at 7 meters. So that's where I'm claiming 40% higher head pressure. Obviously the flow rate, they're targeting 15,000 liters per hour. Wattage, power consumption, they're saying 105. I've seen my DCT 12 pull about 78, 79 watts. They claim 85 on that. So yeah, it's not a big increase in power, but hopefully it'll do better. Supposedly the impellers are much better in this more recent design. So let's plumb this bad boy up and get it going. Alright, so I said I was going to plumb this up. I went ahead and got a connector that I use for my other pump, but apparently I don't need this. So what they've provided now is they've got a fixed thread on here, and then they've got a series of different size inlet-outlet pieces that I can use to adjust. So if I wanted to plumb 1 inch off of that, I can do that. If I want to go 1.5 inches, which fits my plumbing, I can use an 1.5 inch pipe. Yes, that is actually bent. I won't be using this pipe, but that's what I can do. I can glue that right up and make a slip joint out of that. So that's a super thing to have. It gives us a couple of O-rings. So I pop one of these guys on here and spin it on. So that's pretty useful. I won't be able to get this connector off without cutting my pipe after I throw a union on the other end of the pipe, but yeah, well, I don't care. That's not a problem. And my inlet. So throw the big basket on there. I don't even need to do anything besides just screw the basket on. I'm ready to go. There we are, up and running. No, actually it's the old pump. I just reconnected it because this new pump, the basket on there is big enough that I can't fit it in the sump the way I did this one. Yeah, it was kind of neat that I plumbed this in really tight until I thought about getting a bigger pump, which some might tell you I've been saying for a long time. I've been planning on getting a bigger pump. So, gotta run off to the store and get a couple of elbows so I can, or 45, so I can zigzag it into this fitting. All right, 24 hours later, we're installed. Had to do a little zig and a zag on the plumbing to get it to fit, because guess what? It's bigger than the old one. That is the controller. Got a feed mode, which is the pause button. Up and down, obviously, in terms of power. Get a little less glare on there. It's a beast. This is definitely running a lot more water than the last pump. I was running the last pump full out and not getting anywhere close to what I'm running at 60% here. So that's really pretty good. So if this is watts, yeah, it's about 60%. It's rated at 105, so pretty decent in terms of the capability. You can see that's a pretty solid flow coming through there. Not a trickle by any means. I don't think it's 600 gallons an hour or anything like that, but it's probably 400 from what I recall from my tests before. So that's good. And it's also pushing water through refugium and the frag tank. So I'm going to tune that all tomorrow and see if I can figure out how much flow I really can get through the frag tank. It's going to be limited by the drain speed, I'm sure. Same is true of the refugium. All right, that's what I've got. Jebao DCP 15,000. Day one looks okay. Hopefully it doesn't crap out on me, and I can keep it going.